everyone! Welcome back to my channel, Trash to Teach.
Last video, we built a Python AI agent that reads your inbox, prioritizes urgent emails, drafts replies, and fixes calendar conflicts automatically. If you haven't watched it, link is in the description. Go watch it first. But here's the problem we didn't solve. That agent only runs when your laptop is open and your terminal is running. Close the lid, the agent dies. Reboot, gone. It's a script, not a service. Today we fix that permanently. We're going to Dockerize the entire agent so it runs headless, 24 hours a day, on any machine, even a spare Raspberry Pi or a cheap VPS. We'll wire up Telegram notifications so the agent pings you the moment it handles something unusual. And we're going to swap the OpenAI API call for a fully local Ollama model so your emails never leave your machine and your running cost drops to zero. No cloud subscription, no data leaving your network, no babysitting. Let's build it. Why Docker, and why it's the right tool here. Before we write the Dockerfile, let me explain why Docker is exactly the right tool for this, and not just a trendy buzzword. Our agent has dependencies, specific Python packages, credential files, environment variables. On your laptop, everything is set up. But what about running it on a server or handing the project to someone else? Without Docker, you're writing a setup guide and hoping nothing breaks. With Docker, the entire environment ships as one image, one command, anywhere, it works. More importantly for us, Docker containers restart automatically if they crash. The agent panics on a bad API response at 3 a.m., Docker brings it back. We set a restart policy of always, and the agent becomes genuinely hands-free. Finally, resource isolation. The agent runs in its own container with no interference from other processes. We can cap its memory usage, limit CPU time, and run multiple agents in parallel without them touching each other. That's why Docker, not just because DevOps, it solves three real problems: portability, resilience, and isolation. Now let's write the Dockerfile. Dockerizing the agent, Dockerfile, and compose. Here's the Dockerfile. We base it on a slim Python 3.12 image to keep size down, copy our source, install dependencies, and set the entry point to our agent loop. Now the requirements.txt pin exact versions so the container is reproducible. And the Docker compose file, this is what you'll actually run day to day. To build and launch, Telegram notifications, agent pings you when things get unusual. The agent now runs 24/7. But how do you know when it does something important? We add Telegram notifications. The agent sends you a message the moment it handles something that needs your attention, a high-priority email, a resolved conflict, or an error it couldn't handle. First, create a Telegram bot in 30 seconds. Open Telegram, search for botfather, send/new bot, follow the prompts, copy your bot token. Then message your new bot and grab your chat ID from the GetUpdates API endpoint. I'll link the exact steps in the description. Now add a notification module to our agent. Now update agent.py to call the notifier after each action. Ollama, fully offline LLM, zero API cost. This is the part I've been most excited to show you. Right now, our agent calls OpenAI's API, which means your email content leaves your network and costs money per request. We replace that with Ollama, a tool that runs large language models entirely locally, with no internet connection required after initial setup. Ollama wraps models like Llama 3, Mistral, Gemma, and Phi 3 behind a simple local REST API that is compatible with the OpenAI client format. That means the swap in our code is almost zero effort. First, install Ollama and pull a model. For email classification, Mistral 7B or Llama 3 8B both work well and run on a machine with 8 GB RAM. Now the code swap. Ollama runs a local server on port 11,434 with an OpenAI-compatible API. We change exactly 2 lines in agent.py. For Docker, we add Ollama as a second service in docker-compose.yml, so both containers start together. Live demo, benchmarks, and wrap-up. Let me show the whole stack running live. One command brings up both containers, Docker compose up -d. Ollama loads Llama 3 into memory. The agent starts its first cycle. Watch my phone. 30 seconds in, Telegram ping, high priority email flagged, calendar conflict resolved. The agent is running, I haven't touched the terminal, and my inbox data never left this machine. On performance, Llama 3 8B on CPU processes our email classification prompt in about 4 seconds per email. On GPU, it's under a second. GPT-4o Mini was faster, about 800 milliseconds, but the privacy and cost trade-off is enormous. For asynchronous background tasks like this, 4 seconds per email is completely acceptable. What we've built across these two videos: a fully autonomous AI agent stack that reads your email, manages your calendar, runs 24/7 in a Docker container, notifies you on Telegram when anything important happens, and uses a local LLM so your data never leaves your machine. Total recurring cost, 0. Total dependencies on external services, 0. This is what the trash to teach ethos looks like end-to-end. A professional-grade autonomous system built entirely from free, open-source tools. The same stack that companies charge monthly subscriptions for, running on your own hardware, under your control. The full Docker Compose, Dockerfile, and all source files are in the GitHub repo, link in the description. Star it if it helped. Subscribe for the next video where